It's Johnny, and I'm on my gummy. Who is in control of your information? Who's in control of your education? Who's in control of what you know or don't know? And why is it people will believe anything, but they need hard facts to change their mind? Why can't you listen and just, who cares what you believe, man? Just put it on a shelf, forget about it. Who's our best president ever? John Hancock, without question. He declared our independence in a worldwide regime where everybody's like it is now. I don't know. Donald Trump may become the best president. Why? Is Washington, D.C. still named Washington, D.C.? You better go to Google Earth. You didn't even know, man. You didn't even know. I think it's just called Washington. I believe he just took us out of the corporation, which means that's what we lost during the Civil War. We lost our rights, and we got laws, regulations, statutes, codes, authority, and your court systems you lose every time. Every time. Everybody loses in courts because the more chaos, the more they win, the more they profit. Everybody in courts, they're not judges. They're administrators. They're employees that get promoted to oversee the profits. That's why, like in a divorce, who wins? The bar, the attorneys win, and the courts win. Who wins in child support? The courts get 30%, is what I heard. And they always want the baby to go with the mom so it can bounce through relationship and man's house and babysitters as she's trying to make her way through life and live her life with a baby on her hip. It creates opportunities for chaos. That's why all the stats read the same. If a mother and father stick together, the kid's got an 80% chance of winning. If the father raises the kids, they got an 80% chance of winning. If the mother raises the kid, they got an 80% chance of being in the court systems. Who wins? The courts. Who wins with drugs in your community? The user? No. The user's family. We all know that cancer. All those lies, deceit, the theft. The school system. Who wins with drugs in your community? Businesses? The courts, Johnny. And while I was in jail for my first DUI, sentenced to 60 days, and they wouldn't let me defend myself. It's unbelievable. It's like, Your Honor, they don't even have to turn in their body cams. Nobody's going to ask any questions. You're just going to say it's on me? Well, then what evidence do we have here? Well, we don't need evidence because the officer, I said, he's the professional that's hired by the corporation that profited in cash from the way they dealt with me. And we're just going to go off this man's word. And he doesn't turn in his body camera for a reason. I believe it. Well, what am I going to get here? 3 days? What am I going to get? Probation? What is this? 60 days in Oklahoma County Jail, the worst jail ever. And I was telling these fucking guys, 12 years Department of Corrections. These cats were like, man, I had $40,000 on me, man. They took it. And I had a couple of pounds of this. And I was like, they're about to cut you loose. He said, what do you mean? Hey, man, 60 inmates in there listening to me. I said, man, they're about to cut you fucking loose. They said, dude, he had 2 pounds of smack, man, and 40,000 cash. He ain't getting cut loose. I said, yeah, he will, man, because if they can get that 40,000, cut him loose, and he got that type of control, they're going to watch him like a hawk, and they're going to get him again when he gets a bunch of money, because it's all about money. And that dude went into that courtroom, came back to Holden and said, man, they gave me a year of probation. I went, and like 10 years deferred. I said, that 10 years, anytime they catch you in there, they're going to stack it up, and you're going to spend your life in prison. And they're going to try to catch you with as much fucking money as they can. And then they're going to tell all the people in the city, hey, it's for your safety. Everything's for your safety. You have to pay us in cash for your safety. Who gets paid in cash? I said, hey, can I go to the hospital? Can you take, I thought any crime you get to go to the hospital. I said, hey man, you want to get out and walk line? No, I can't walk, man. I got to go to the hospital. He said, well, I need to know if you've been drinking. You can get my blood at the hospital, man. I'm not getting into this with you. And then they tore the carpet out of my car, drove my car, took me to county jail, or the city jail, and then took me on into county where I stayed a day. And let's see, the bail bondsman, I was like, no, I should be able to OR out. No, they're not ORing you. First DUI? What is this? So that was $1,000 cash. Midwest City to release my car, $342 in cash, exact amount. Let's see, tow truck, cash, exact amounts. What city's still in cash? What company's still in cash? Cash only, exact amounts. Hey man, nothing. Doesn't that seem shady? No, not to the public, not to Americans. It's for your safety. But yeah, no shit, man. That kid came back and said, man, they gave me a year probation and 10 years deferred. And I said, they got the hook in you. They know you're not smart enough. He said, so what do you think they're going to do? I said, you're going to go back to doing the same thing because this little slap on the hand ain't enough. And they're watching your ass. And the next time they're going to get this 10, probably run it wild on the new charge you get with priors. They get to use priors because it's all bonds. It's all bonds, man. These dudes rotting in prison. It's for bonds. It's not for victim. They don't care about victims. They don't care about nothing. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about kids. They don't care about nothing. And you know what the DA will do? They'll run during election time on how hard on crime they are. When they don't care about truth, they want convictions. They're reviewed. Their job performance is based on how many man years they give away, because every man year, every guilty, and our plea bargain is out of control. It's bonds. They send it into the Treasury, and the Treasury does bonds. And these guys go sit for 20 years because our lives don't matter. Because we're free. We live in the land of the free where nothing's free. This tax plantation's all about money. Because who controls it? Not allowed to ask questions. Not allowed to ask questions. It's like, hold on, man. We can't ask any questions about... Can you ask questions about Christian people? Well, sure, you can cuss Jesus Christ. TikTok will allow it. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Muslims, Buddhists, monks, Native American cultures, Aztec cultures. Can you ask any questions about the Jewish histories? And whoever fought the Jewish people? I know they're always the victim, don't get me wrong. Who declared who? Who declared war on who? It's fascinating to me, though, where all that gold went. You know, I know that World War II, a lot of Jewish people lost their lives because the top of the Jewish food chain, not all Jewish people are bad. No, absolutely not. Good heavens, no. But it seems like, man, they're trying to climb a ladder of greed. And the higher up the ladder you go, the more you fit into the... It's not a religion. Because it's the demise of everybody else. The dynamic's unbelievable. And you can't ask... Nobody ever stood up to him? Well, sure they did, Johnny. Well, where's the history? No. You don't get those. It's sad, man, the world we live in today, and everybody thinks they're free, and they just have to go to work. They got to work 6 days a week to be free. Well, what's a fucking slave got to do, 7? Does the slave owner have to at least get you slave quarters? Do they have to feed you? They have to clothe you? I mean, no, you do all that on your own now. They just get a big chunk. You pay lords of the landlords. You pay